Hey everybody, it's Aiden here once again, and welcome back to some rFactor2 as it's time to go for a race in the updated Enduracers Endurance Series mod for rFactor2. We're going to be driving this LMP2 around Silverstone for a 1 hour endurance race against the AI. So we've got other LMP2s and we've got some GTs in the mix as well. So I've already recorded the race and I'm doing this bit afterwards, which is pretty much my standard now. And yeah, grab yourself a drink of choice, enjoy, and let's go and have some fun. So, here we go then. Lights coming on. Not building the revs because of fuel. And away we go. I think I might have actually gained a place. Around the outside of turn 1. Excellent. Braking hard for this middle sector. Well, let's say sector. Section. Middle section of the first sector. Don't know why I'm going for these kamikaze moves right at the beginning, because it's an endurance race, it's not one on lap 1. Oh, car gets out of shape just ahead. So, 1 hour of racing around Silverstone. It's sort of late afternoon, probably about 5 o'clock-ish. As we're going 3 wide now, up towards Maggots and Beckett's. I got a bit of a love tap from that guy. Light blue all over my damage indicator for some reason. But yeah, the main concern here is fuel. I'm going to be doing a lot of lifting and coasting into some of these corners. Reason being, fuel saving. Now, you hear about lifting and coasting in Formula 1 all the time, and you're probably thinking, well, why do they lift and coast? And you can actually do this in your own car and save yourself some time and money as well. Modern cars, if you were to just take your foot off the accelerator while driving, if you have a trip computer that shows like real-time fuel consumption, it will automatically go to its highest reading. In my car, which is a 2009 Vauxhall Astra, yeah, I drive a Holden, it goes to 999.9 miles per gallon, because this is the UK and that's how we measure our fuel consumption, even though we sell fuel in litres, which doesn't make any sense. But anyway, next time you're rolling up to a junction, a set of traffic lights, or coming off the motorway slip road, just take your foot off, let the car slow down naturally for a bit, and then ride the brake up to your stopping point. What I'm saying is, you will get those 200, 400, 600 maybe yards for free, because your car's not consuming any fuel, and that's why they lift and coast into corners. Especially endurance races like these. So, next time I come into a heavy braking zone, which now is going to be club, well, actually, even here, you can see I'm not consuming any fuel. And then as soon as I get my foot back on the power, I'm consuming fuel again. So that's my top consumer advice for you. And if you do it right, you can probably get another day, 2 days if you're lucky, of usage before you've got to put petrol in the car again. And depending on how much petrol costs in your country, you could save yourself a tidy sum. So, all that said, I'm going to be watching, you can just see to the left of my delta time, a turquoisey number. It says 2.33. That's my fuel consumption per lap. I want to get that as close to 2 as I possibly can, because the damage indicator, which is lit up mostly blue now, is showing 28 laps of fuel remaining. I should have 30 in the tank. I've got to try and eke that out as much as I possibly can, so that when I do come in for a splash and dash, I spend less time in the pit lane, because I've got to put less fuel in to get me to the end. So I've just run a quick calculation in my head through the midst of all that. I'm anticipating this race, if we're doing 150s, 151s, 152s per lap, this race to take between 36 and 38 laps. If we allow for time lost behind the GTs, we could be looking at probably 34, 35. So I'll probably pit with about 10 laps remaining. Smack about 20 laps worth of fuel in the car. Not 20 laps, sorry. 20 litres worth of fuel in the car, which would be 10 laps. And that should get me to the end. And if I've overfueled, then I can just turn the engine up, burn it off. So, yeah. Endurance racing is it's a balancing act. I could aim for 2-minute laps every lap and get to the end. But let's see how much we've burned this lap. 2.37, so I'm going to have to do some fuel saving here. So I'm going to lift off into turn 1. We're going to come into this braking zone now. I'm going to lift off and just roll into it and almost get punted by this bloke behind. Bit of short shifting as well. These cars have got quite a lot of torque, so short shifting is fine. So no need to burn that extra fuel to take it up to the red line. If I can just change it at the start of the yellow lights and still get the same amount of power. Beautiful. Oops, took that a bit tight. So what we got now, 2.32 again. Actually, that's on boost 1. Should be lapping the GTs soon. Squeaky brake pedal. Oh, he's off. It's Bruno Senna. So I went to the outside there to allow him to redress. To avoid doing that as well. You fucking bellend. at least we're into second. Yellow flag. There's a GT. Might be able to get first at the end of all this. Come on. I want to try and swing it around the outside of him. Maybe not. At least he moved over. And then tried to take my rear end out. Lifted twice through cops there. Not the best idea. You fucker! At least wait until the rest of the cars have gone past. Come on, Russell. Move. .7 or 2.07 used on that lap. So we're bringing our fuel consumption down. Well, the GTs are helping with that, but don't move and then cut back across. But now I can understand the frustrations that some of the LMP drivers in Virtual Endurance Championship have because of shit like that. After all this, Gonzalez is just going to pull away. More yellows. Alright, we got a cut track warning for that, but where else was I supposed to go? Don't say anything. But we're in the lead. I get 2 warnings, and then it will make me cop a penalty for it. But all that said, we're now in the lead. So that's gone a bit of a fuel-saving run. Let's try and eke out some more fuel performance. And the tyres as well. You never know when you're going to need them. Using all the track. So I used exactly 2 litres of fuel on that lap. There's just so much going on. So it's like, that GT's going there, I've got to go here, he's there, I'm catching this guy at this rate, and I'm burning this much fuel, and my tyres are doing this, and oh, how much fuel am I going to need to put in to make it to the end, and it's so much to take in. So you've got to have some sort of respect for the guys that do this, just because they can drive doing all this for long periods of time. And eke out the performance of the car for so long. You drive like a twat. .02 on that lap. We're okay. And Aiden Mill goes round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. What type of license you got? A fishing license? Seems the outside is the way to go, though. I think that's all the GT's cleared, so round of applause for not dying. Bollocks. That didn't go too well. Totally lost concentration. Means I've now got to step on it a bit. Keep that gap up. So we did 2.07 on that lap. Let's see what happens if we really bomb it. Actually, I'm going to have a clear track for a few laps, so... I do like Silverstone. People complain it's boring because, oh, it's all flat, but... I actually saw someone on the internet say, get rid of all the tracks that have no elevation change. So that's Silverstone, Melbourne... Canada, Abu Dhabi, Sochi. Did I say Monza? Monza. Yeah, all those gone. Didn't realise elevation change made a track good. Maggots and Beckett's is better than Eau Rouge. And before you say, how can you say that? I'm just making sure you're still here. Goes back to my days as being a teacher. That's wrong. Is it? Yeah, it should be this. Just making sure you're paying attention. Worked every time. I wouldn't go back, though. After seeing all the shit that my better half has to go through for being being a teacher. Working until 11 o'clock at night. Don't think I can do it. Not anymore. At least I didn't have to teach maths. So... maths was my worst subject at school. This video's turned into an Ask Me Anything where you haven't actually asked me anything. I'm just telling you my life story. Yeah, maths was definitely my worst subject, so all this calculation of fuel and all that to get it into some sort of topic here, yeah, not fun. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. And Mr. Shardlow, my maths teacher at school, did everything he could to help, which is what you want a teacher to do, really. Helped me the best way he could, and I just wasn't going in. And do you know what? To this day, I haven't been into Asda. Asked the person, "Oh, excuse me, can you just tell me where I'll find the marmalade?" Yeah, you have to go down aisle 6, which is, 60 metres long, which is however many yards. And then you'll come to the Jammy Dodgers and the Bourbon Creams, which bisect at a 45-degree angle, solve for X. It doesn't happen. It's pointless. Wasted. Rant over. In case you're wondering, I taught music. Music and studio engineering. That's what I did. Right, let's try and keep this gap at a healthy 2 seconds or so. .09. And I also have to point out that kill button underneath my drink button there on the left hand side doesn't work as advertised. I want my money back. Trade Descriptions Act, come on. I was hoping I would press that button and all my opponents would disappear. That's one way of getting through there. Oh shit, he's right behind me now. I'm gonna have to get a stomp on. There we go. That might help. Here the GT bastards again. Hopefully they'll be a bit more spread out than what they were the last time we overtook them. But it's been nice to have some clear track for a bit. Castrol Vodafone Lamborghini here. Lap 13. Well, I've zoned out for the last few laps then. I've just lost 4 laps. Ferrari goes wide. There's 2 Ferraris fighting each other here. Might as well follow him through the corner and then boot it on past. Take one down the inside, one down the outside. You absolute fucking idiot. Do that again, I'll rip your cock off. Jesus. It's like driving in the fucking Virtual Endurance Championship. Got flat spotted tyres now because of all that. Don't applaud. Well, let me the fuck through then. Russell Ingall, the enforcer. Never trust anybody that gives themselves a nickname. People give themselves nicknames because nobody will give them one. If you're wondering what Russell Ingall's nickname is, it's the Enforcer. That BMW that we overtook was Russell Ingall, Mark Scaife and Tony Longhurst, 3 V8 supercar drivers. And the reason it was a big deal that that happened is because Scaife and Ingall, when they were drivers, did not get along. Just Google Mark Scaife, Russell Ingall, Eastern Creek. That's why they hated each other. Another Lambo. Saw a Lambo today at the commercial vehicle show, which is where I spent most of my day. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. No. Basically, it's like the trade show for vans and that kind of thing. And so it's really fun. Well, not fun, but like interesting, because you always see something like really cool. Like in-car breathalyzers that the guy was telling me, because he was a Canadian guy, was saying that if you get caught drink driving in Canada, instead of taking a ban or or something like that, or prison, you can opt to pay for one of these breathalyzers to be put in your car, and every time you get in the car you have to provide a breath sample which goes to the police to prove that you're trying to, you know, rehabilitate yourself, which I think is a brilliant idea. And I think, like, truck drivers, van drivers, couriers, those kinds of people should have those in their vans by law. And every and they, like, just randomly, it will say, please provide a breath sample. So you turn the ignition on, please provide a breath sample. If you don't provide a breath sample, the engine won't turn on. And you have to provide a breath sample. So And then your employers can see, you know, that you're being responsible and not being a drink driver. Because if you're a drink driver, you're a twat. Same for people who use their phones while driving. Can't stand them. Like, get off your fucking phone. It's not that important. It's even worse when you see people doing it and they're driving Range Rovers, Audis, Mercs, even a Ford Mondeo that's got a hands-free kit in it already. No, Constable, I had it on hands-free. That's legal. No, it's not. There's my second cut track warning. Got to be really careful now. So this race has turned into an Ask Me Anything, ranting, raving, a vlog. Hey guys, I'm here at the Commercial Vehicle Show. Look guys, it's a van. Isn't that cool, guys? Fucking hate him. Look how interesting my life is. Look at this cute dog I use for views. I might have to stop doing YouTube, guys. Last month, I had 3 million views. This month, I only had 2.9 million views. What did I do wrong, guys? Just does me head in. I'm tired and I'm grumpy. Well, I've got to do something to pass the time in this race. I've zoned out again. That's another lap and a half I've lost. I just don't remember doing it. It's the concentration factor. But the GT field is a lot more spread out this time round, so much more than it was at Imola. I think I may have just set. No way, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I thought I'd set the same lap time 2 laps running, but I hadn't. And I gotta stop looking at all the data on the screen because, well, it's there for your benefit, not for mine, really. The only one I'm concerning myself with is that bastard fuel gauge. Sorry to keep banging on about it, but that's why I'm here. I just want to see if it can be done. And let me know if these longer races are a good thing. Usually I kind of limit myself to about half an hour, 45 minutes in terms of racing. But this one's a little bit longer just to see what how it all works out, how long it takes to render, that kind of thing. Which is probably going to take about half a day to render, but oh well. I can get on with other stuff. I usually render and then get on with other things. So, I've got plenty to do. But let me know. Because soon I want to start a Road to Formula 1 series. Where we start with the kart sim content. The tracks. I mean, mainly the karts, but the tracks as well, and other kart tracks. Do a championship in karts, and then we progressively move up the motorsport ladder to Formula 1. If that's something you want to see, let me know, because, you know, I mean, like, if you're still here, let me know. I was kind of hoping for a nice sunset in this race, but I don't think I set the time late enough. Bollocks, a lock-up again. Traction controls on medium, anti-lock brakes are on low. So I should have really put them on high, but car handles just fine. You know, the car sliding around is because of me, not because of the car. I just hope rFactor2 at some point implements hybrid technology. We are getting official LMP1s, which I will get my hands on, because I'm quite liking the LMP stuff at the minute. I think that's probably because, I don't know, every sim racer on YouTube has their own speciality, as it were. So you look at Jimmy Broadbent. Jimmy Broadbent's speciality, I reckon at least, is LMPs. That kind of thing. And you got Ferrariman601, a friend of the channel. He's really good at the sort of early 21st century Formula 1 cars. Empty Box is good in the GTs, and he's pretty good at the oval stuff. True Racer. True Racer's pretty good in the Skip Barber. Hobo88, V8 supercars. And then my speciality I consider to be V8 supercars as well. They're the cars I think I'm the best in. But I'm really starting to enjoy these. And I think I could do something with these. And there's another question for you. What do you most enjoy driving in Sims? And what do you think your best car is? What's your favourite car? That kind of thing. I'm just trying to get some conversation going here. Get some comments. I need to come up with a title for this video as well. The titles for the videos usually come from something that gets said during the video. So, like, you drive like a dick is probably going to be the title of this one. I'm just trying to think of other videos I've done. I can't think off the top of my head. I haven't got my iPad to hand. It's probably for the best. Oh, GTs again. That didn't last long. So, I chat during the clean air laps, and then I have to concentrate on getting past the these GT pricks, and they are pricks. But the problem is I don't want the rest of the world knowing that. Should be even more spread out this time round, so we should have an easier time. But that said, it's been a lot easier to get past the GTs today than it ever was at Imola. So we've got 31 litres of fuel remaining. Lap 20 we're on. So you know what? I might actually make it to the end. I mean, I don't want to tempt fate here. And the sun's starting to go down as well. Starting to get that nice... I still think rFactor2's graphics need a bit of a tweak for, like, full daylight. But for... like, this time of day, it looks brilliant. I love driving in the late afternoon and the sort of the early evening. So when I do a set of Corsa stuff, I'm always driving at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Because it just, that's the sweet spot in terms of the graphics. I mean, different tracks have differing graphic qualities. Bathurst looks great. McNolo's Bahrain that I raced the 2017 mod a few weeks ago, that's brilliant. Silverstone, brilliant, early morning. Suzuka, or Matsusaka, as it is. Did I just punt him off? Good, you fucking deserved it. Karma. But would I be able to do this for like a 6 hours of Interlagos or whatever? No. I mean, I can't even get through this 1 hour stint without... I mean, I could try and complete the set of getting the whole car to be blue, but... Pulling a nice gap on... I nearly read that as Wehrlein, but it's not. Verdheim. Verdheim? Rom, help me out here. You're German. Cut track. Show some consistency, stewards. Oh god, he's the enforcer again. Are you still enforcing? Fucking hell, Russell! At least the car's driving in a straight line still. Jesus Christ. Tyres are flat spotted to shit. I mean, the way we could avoid all of this is by racing as the GTs, but that's not fun. I don't think AI multi-class racing works. And it's only taken me 22.2 laps to figure that out. I think that incident probably happened because Ingle knew he was being lapped, but at the same time he was trying to race that other GT, and that's where I think the AI is getting confused. Because if they're on their own, they'll dive out the way, no problem. But if they're racing, the racing script takes over the "you're being lapped" script, I think. But still, if I got through the entire race without a scratch, would that be entertaining? Probably not. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that a race where I come out completely unscathed doesn't happen. At least my steering wheel's turned into a massaging machine now. My hands are going to feel so good after this. Bit of a wobble from this blue Lamborghini here. See what I mean? He moved out of the way. It seems that the racing part of the AI always goes above the lapped bit. Let's see what happens with this. Is that a Macca in front? I think. It might be a Macca. Oh, it was a Lambo, but he moved. He moved over. So now we just need to see what happens with these two up ahead, and then we'll find the reason why some of these lapped cars are behaving like dicks. See, he gave me no room. He's moved over though. Okay, so it depends on how close they are together. So Ingle and that other guy, they were really close together. What's this Mercedes going to do? I might need to take this up with Studio 397 actually, because I think that lapped AI should make a better attempt at getting out of the way. I do these tests so you don't have to, people. Nine laps remaining. The fuel. Didn't mean to do that. That was a sexy lap. That was a sexy lap. That felt good. We got fastest lap with that as well. Shit, that scared the fuck out of me. Oh, I'm going to have a pit stop penalty now. You absolute jeb end. Going to lose the lead now because of this. Printer's going off. Oh, I'm going to get another one for fucking speeding in the pit lane now, aren't I? should get out in time. Oh wait, I'm not going to get one for speed in the pit lane. Sweet! In a way, that's played into my hands because... Fuel. Fuel, fuel, fuel. I don't even know how much time is remaining. Is that the Mercedes that caused me to have that penalty? Which way are you going? This is absolute horse shit. I'm now fourth. No, I'm not. I'm sixth. You send me the long way around again, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Five minutes left. Someone's out. Come on, I want my podium back. This is damage limitation now. Oh, we've definitely got 5 minutes worth of fuel left. Have that, you fucker. Right, party mode. Ugh. Yeah, get fucked. Oh, is this how we're playing this game, is it? Get wrecked, M9! The next guy's 23 seconds ahead. We ain't gonna get him. One minute remaining. So, barring a catastrophe with the dude in front, we ain't going to win this race, but we managed to recover. Surprised it didn't punish me for that as well. That's it. Might as well jack it up onto party mode for the final bit of the race. Go for the fastest lap. I've already got the fastest lap, but... But the performance update for rFactor2 has been absolutely golden today. Not once have I had a CPU slow down. The frame rate has been at its capped 60 for the entire race, even at the start. It's been phenomenal. And that's the end of the race. Right, let's stick it back onto slow mode, and that is the end of the race, like I said. So, let me know if this longer race has been interesting, or if you prefer the sort of half-hour length-ish races. I'm just sort of seeing how long, you know, you want these videos to be. So until next time, I've been Imola. Have a great day wherever you live in the world. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for 400 subscribers. That ticked over on Monday evening. So thank you. Let's get up to 500 next, and then up to the big 1,000. Let's see how quickly we can get up there. And yeah, have a fantastic day wherever you live in the world, and I'll see you all again soon. So I'm going to have a lie down. Goodbye. Yeah, I got hit. I'll just leave the car here.